Well, good morning, all you lovely people. Welcome back to the grumpy old Git in the corner on a very overcast Wednesday here. I think we might get a bit of rain again later. Well, so much going on yesterday. First of all, thank you to everybody that passed on their birthday wishes to the lovely Mrs. W. She did say if I could thank you all. She was well chuffed. She didn't expect that many. But as we know, she's a big part of my channel and a very, very big part of my life. So that is muchly appreciated. But yeah, yesterday so much went on. More channel paddlers drowned out there in the English Channel. Funnily enough, just off the French coast. So how's that deterrent going then, Roland? It isn't, is it? It isn't stopping them. We've had more and more coming across. Yes, there haven't been any for a few days, but that's been due to the weather. But these deaths, same as all the others, lay squarely at your feet and the French government. Don't try and blame anybody else. Don't try and blame any smugglers. They lay squarely with you and the French. You've had opportunities to stop them. The French have had opportunities to stop them. We've actually paid the French to stop them, and it just ain't happened. So zip your bullshit and just get on and do what you want to do, because it ain't going to work, mate. Obviously, St. George's Day yesterday, but we'll get on to that in a minute. The other big bit of news yesterday was Tommy Robinson getting the case thrown out of court. Now, I don't particularly like the guy, but that doesn't mean I don't stand behind him for what he believes and what he's doing. Let's get that straight. Just because I don't like somebody doesn't mean I don't believe in what they're doing. So we'll get that straight. I don't hate the guy, I just don't particularly like him. But I admire what he does, and I admire what he stands for. He will stand up to the establishment, where many people won't. But he had the case thrown out of court. The judge agreed that the way the Met had treated him was illegal. They came up with all sorts of bullshit excuses, missing camera footage. Yeah, they totally oppressed him, and with his bail conditions, that was totally out of order, and the judge agreed. So, threw it out. And it absolutely showed the Met Force, showed them up as the corrupt institution that we know they are. So on that score, well done, Tommy. Absolutely. But that leads on quite well to St. George's Day events in London. Now, it was supposed to be a day of celebration. It wasn't supposed to be a protest march or anything like that. We were celebrating our saint, patron saint of England. Not Great Britain, England. But it did descend into some sort of march. With many of the speeches directed at the police and Khan. Yes, okay. But were they really needed? What was those speeches really needed? It was supposed to be a day of celebration. Many places around the country, that's what it actually was, celebrating the day. But as we know, the police were there. We knew they were going to try to do something to disrupt it and show themselves up for the traitors that they are. brainwashed drones controlled by pocket dictator Carnage Khan, and the government to a certain extent, but mainly to Khan. Everybody knew they would show they're biased. As I say, they did. They were purely there to create incidents, to provoke a reaction. And they got it, because some people reacted to them. And yes, there was a few arrests. And it gave them the excuse to point the finger. Everybody that was carrying a flag is far right. Well, they're not. They've just been branded that. And they tried to discredit the patriots in doing that. You know, some groups reacted to them, as I say. I'm not going to go too deeply in it, but the groups that I did see react to them, most of them were carrying beers and drinking. Shouldn't really bring that into it, but it is a fact. And I sat here and watched, I must have had 4 or 5 streams open, watching what was going on from different angles. Now, there were calls in front of the group to turn around, walk away from the police, which many did. But a few reacted how the police wanted them to. I'll say no more on that. I mean, I hate the police and what they stand for now as much as anybody. But the blame for the incidents yesterday have to be taken by both sides. There was no reason to react to them like that. People were trying to get to Trafalgar Square. Well, many did at the end, because all they had to do was walk round another street to go round the police and show them up for the idiots that they are. But no, they couldn't let it go. I know many disagree with me on that view, but I'm honest enough, I say it as I see it. But moving on again, Roland, oh dear, he's promised millions to be spent now on the Ukraine again. But he also pledged to spend millions on our defence budgets, on our armed forces. Well, yeah, it needs to be, because you've fucking given most of our arms away, haven't you, you twat? But, as they say, he's feeding a war but can't feed the poor. He said we are effectively on a war footing, and that's why he's pledging the money. So many billion over the next 6 years. So straight away that tells me that he's conceited enough to think that he's going to win the next election. I mean, he's taken away our capability to defend ourselves and given them to other countries to basically fund a never-ending war. The war's been going on for donkey's years, and it's going to continue. We can't afford to keep feeding it. You know, this evil, slimy, little treasonous bastard just needs to be removed, and I'm hoping this election's going to do it. Same with the mayoral elections with Khan. But I'm just looking how long I've been going there. I'm not going to go on too long. Obviously, there's going to be the live stream tonight, where we can talk about this respectfully, and anybody giving it the big one and kicking off will be instantly removed from the channel. As I say, not everybody agrees with my views. I'm not really bothered. We're all entitled to our opinions and views, and I give mine. You know, if you want to disagree, then start your own channel and disagree. Quite simple, really. But until tonight, guys, as always, stay safe, stay absolutely strong, and don't keep rising to the establishment. That's what they want. They want to discredit us. And by their own actions, that's what they'll get. Plain and simple. Respects, people.